All right. T minus 5 seconds. All right. Thank you very much, Earl. Testing. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. T minus 60 seconds. Okay. Thank you. Oh. Does this work? All right. Let's get this Geezy Truth news on the show, huh? Where's the intro music? Yeah, there you go. Get the intro music. And make sure that's working right over there. Come on, what am I paying these people for, huh? Come on. Thing don't work for nothing. Play it. Is it live? Play it. Play it so we do it live. Do it live. There we go. All right, good. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and turn it off. Yeah. No, turn off the lights over there in the back room. Yeah. Okay. Let's root. All right. Go ahead. Thank you very much. All right, we gotta appreciate the GTN, the Geezy Truth News band. Thank you very much, everybody. All right, well, Let me tell you, I don't even know how to start this off. Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing? Let me tell you, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Let's go. It is Geezy Truth News. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this 6 p.m. Special before New Year's. And it is December 29th, 2017. Yes. Well, I know we've all been hearing all this crazy stuff going on. We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of haystacks to uncover. A lot of things to figure out. What's everybody's agenda? What's the bippity bob going all over the place? So let me tell you something. Well, we've been working on something very special for you guys, and it's coming up, actually, as a little sneak peek. And we have the huge news. I was told by excuse me. Speaking of which, it sounds like the technical engineers are telling me right now that we may have some technical difficulties on tonight's show. All right, thank you very much. So we're just hearing that over to the other side of the room. Our team is working very hard here, and we want to thank everybody, the audio engineers, the technical engineers. Thank you for the directors, the producers of the show. Thank you very much, the executive producer, and everybody. We have a Merry Christmas welcome and a Merry Christmas special to everybody, and a Happy New Year. And so I hope everybody is warm and doing good as this year is turning to an end. And so we may have some correspondence on the show today. It sounds like we'll be hearing about all that. But bottom line, everybody, is that we are getting we've been very busy on the show. We've been very busy, and like everybody else, just trying to figure things out and trying to get along, paying the bills and all that on time, and everybody doing good, But we are working on something very special for you guys, and something big is coming up. So that's all I got to say about it. Otherwise, the team wouldn't be too happy. It doesn't seem like I'm allowed to say any more than that. But the fact of the matter is that we are getting something big and special for you guys. So that's coming up, but that's later down the road. But just as a heads up, I wanted to throw that out there. So, speaking of which, to be honest, I haven't really done too much extensive research on tonight's show on what the whole thing is about. But I can definitely talk about a lot of things. There's a lot of important stuff going on. We could take care of all this other stuff. So it's pretty hilarious, How's our boy Donnie Boy doing? Everybody might be asking. How's everybody doing themselves? That's the real question they should be asking. Is how are you doing? Because there's a lot of people who talk about a lot of things, and a lot of them don't really have too much. What's the term? They don't have too much skin in the game. People say, "Oh, what's Donnie Boy doing? What is this guy doing? What is that guy doing? What is she doing? What is it doing?" Well, the thing is how are you doing? Because the problem is a lot of these people, and they may have some merit, some may not. But the fact of the matter is that you gotta take a look at your own skin in the game to reflect on the ability of others that will be perceiving your, reflection on all that. So, again, I have to repeat myself that where's your skin in the game? I try to get everybody on board. Everybody's got to be on board here. Where is everybody? There's a lot of people. Okay? We outnumber the very few. We got a large number over here in the United States of America. And then there's a very few that are not citizens of the United States of America. Now, let me ask you this. Is that over time, as we've, look at this year. Look at this year. We have already come by so far. I mean, what is this? I said it earlier. It's December 29th. Can you believe that? December 29th, 2017. Now ask yourself, how did this year go so fast? And that goes back to the original question. Is how's Donnie Boy doing? And to answer that question, very blunt and forwardly speaking, is that he's doing pretty good. To be honest, if anybody's looking around, if anybody's checking out, oh, how's everybody doing? How's Donnie Boy doing? How's Geezy doing? How's all the people doing? Well, the answer is very blunt and very straightforward. Is that in reality, people are doing good for the most part. Now, it's not to say that we don't got problems, because believe me, we got some problems, and we'll be addressing that later in the show. But the agenda remains the same. So I'm not saying that there's no flaws in Donnie Boy, but just take a look. Just take a look at the long list of achievements and accomplishments that he has done and we've done for the country. Need I say more? I don't think so, because I know that he's got the tax reform. And let's. I feel like I really need to go step a few feet backwards here, and really restart this whole thing. But I don't really, I can't really. I don't know who wants to talk about what. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just jump forward to the tax reform plan. And that is just fantastic. A lot of people are complaining about this tax reform plan. Have you done the calculations yourself with the tax reform plan? I don't think so. Because of the calculations that I did of the tax reform plan, of not even looking at some bigwig politician, we could talk about that later, but if you just take a look at the average American citizen, you can see that they will get a very good percentage back in the mail. You'll get at least, look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're working minimum wage, you don't expect a lot back, right? You're working minimum wage, you don't even know if you're going to get nothing, or what's the bippity bop, what's the whole thing. Well, I tell you right now, that if you do the calculations of the tax reform plan of this year going on over to the next fiscal year of 2018, you'll see that you'll be getting a good percentage back. And actually, the calculations that I did, it showed that you'll be getting 7 G's back, and that's if you're working minimum wage. So just put that into perspective and really do the calculations. And let's hear it. I want to hear what your calculations are. Post on the thing or call the show. The phone lines may be down, but I don't think so. Go ahead and give it a whirl. We'll see how our phone lines are doing. Because sometimes, we live in a rural area at a part where the connection is pretty slow here. And so sometimes we don't really get all the connections that we need to facilitate the programming. But that's okay. I ain't here to complain. I ain't here to complain. I'm here to address problems and address situations, and everybody on board. Everybody on board. Okay? Not just me, Jeezy, not just Donnie Boy, the president. Everybody. Let's get everybody. We're waiting on for some correspondence over here coming up. I don't know what's going on. We'll get some callers on the show. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, this thing. So, on to the next thing. We got a lot of things up over here. I mean, we're saving to finish that up in a nutshell of the tax reform plan. We're saving thousands. And I can add more things onto that. But, hey, we're saving thousands. This is a good step forward, okay, people? This is a good step forward. When you look back in the last few terms of presidents, I mean, what did you get back? What did you do? Did you do anything? And by the way, if you don't like this tax reform plan, if you don't like this whole thing, if you don't like getting money, you can send it back. You can send it back to the government. If you don't feel like you're paying enough taxes, you could send you can send a check to the government, addressing and including the thing. Oh, so here we go. Looks like we got a correspondent here. But hello, caller.
Yo, Geezy.
Hey, what's going on?
What up?
How's it going? What's yeah, what you got?
What? You're breaking up a little bit. Hold on there, Geezy.
Alright, well,
Okay, so Geezy, I got a question.
Alright, let's hear it.
Why is it not okay to be proud to be white?
Whoa, I mean, I don't know what you mean over there. I mean, what's going on?
I'm not saying I'm a white supremacist. I just wanted why Asians are proud to be Asian, blacks are proud to be black, and so forth and so on. But then everybody gets mad when
I think
so I'll just leave it at that.
that's
you can elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to elaborate on that. I mean, first of all, I don't think that's true. I think that your view is a bit skewed on that, or perhaps of incidents prior. Or, I mean, maybe you have a specific example, but from what I understand, I mean, patriotism, nationalism, pridefulness is in your culture and ethnicity. I mean, that's all fine. I mean, within limits, everybody's got to adhere to the rules, but other than that, anybody can do anything they want.
Sure, but people like to get riled up if anybody expresses the horribly called white pride.
Well, I think that it depends on which.
I'll leave it at that, and then I'll listen.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
So I'll talk to you later.
All right. Well, thank you for the call, and take it easy.
Alrighty.
All right. Have a good one. Well, to wrap up that question, I mean, I don't think. I was trying to get a real example out of him, but it didn't look like he had too much time on the air. But I think it depends. To answer his question, I think it depends on which side or what news source you're using. If you're just using one specific one, or whether it was an example of what happened, that made him feel that way. But no, I think that's a moot point. I mean, I don't think. I mean, heck, don't they have Nazi rallies if they want over there in the South, and nobody says anything about it? I mean, it just it's just within limits. I mean, even it's all within limits. Within law, you can peacefully protest or peacefully rally, whatever all that is, and there's no issue. Now, the real issue is what people really need to pay attention to is the obvious divide and conquer strategy that the whatever you want to call them, the Illuminati or the Cabal, or they got new names these days. I don't even I don't pay attention as much as I used to. You got all these people. And by the way, we're still continuing on Pizzagate, so please listen and stay tuned after these next few commercials. Hey, this is Frogger's Garage. If you need a good car to fix or what you got some problems with some cars, come over to Frogger's Garage and we'll fix them for you. So go ahead and call 425-287-4497. That's 425-287-4497.
Hi, this is Sensitive Sammy's 5-star restaurant. What we do over here is something you mom couldn't even imagine to make. Come over and give us a call at 253-488, excuse me, 253-486-7589. Yeah, give us a call. It's Sensitive Sammy's 5-star restaurant bistro. Hey, this is Salvi's computer shop. If you need your computer fixed, come call us at the Computer Salvi Repair Shop. It's 267-804-6704. That's 267-804-6704. Thank you.
All right, well, welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, thank you for tuning in to Geezy Truth News. This is the Happy New Year special GTN Network Jubilee. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and showing up. I appreciate the producers, the executive producers, the technical engineers, the audio engineers, all the programmers and the support that we appreciate from out of everybody, and we thank you very much. So let's get back on the show here. So where we were talking about is that there seems to be not much of an issue about the what's everybody complaining about? I mean, there's not a whole lot of news going on here. I don't know. The problem here is that nobody's talking about real stuff. That's the first thing. And people need to stop watching the propaganda news garbage that people listen to, and it's nothing. I mean, it's what's turning this country into the complete opposite of what it was created to do, and that's to support the citizens of America. That's very abrupt and blunt into the work right there, and it says right there in plain letters that this is for the United States people. This is for the people of the United States, and that's it. And to talk about that because people have to understand why people complain about why are these billionaires getting away with this stuff? Why? To answer the question of the people complaining about the billionaires getting away with all this stuff. Well, here's the thing. If you charge them, all these people want to charge the billionaires. If you're going to charge them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to leave this country. We don't want that, because then that's going to put us right into the tanker where it all is the point of the, really, to be honest, of the Keynesian economics of the stock market. That's how the cycle works. But they think that the way that the stock market works with the with the cycles of on and off, up and down, and all that is normal and healthy. But it's all rigged, ladies and gentlemen. You got to understand that it's all rigged. When they want to plunge it, they can plunge it. But what would really happen is, if the billionaires really do leave, then that is a plunge. That'll be a plunge that would be caused by the people leaving, because you move all this assets to a different country and all that, and then that's what happens. So that's why you leave that alone. Now, what you're supposed to be doing, is putting tariffs on the companies doing trade with the United States of America, so we actually get a good bargain of the deal. Because with everybody else gets free trade. Why does everybody get free trade when we get the short end of the stick and we don't make any money off it? It doesn't make any sense. And that's what I've been wondering for years, and nobody has really been able to explain it. And of course, you go on CNN and all this garbage, the fakes and the propaganda, they're talking about the postal service and the lottery tickets and the NFL. I mean, I'm looking at this stuff. It's like nobody cares about this stuff. And if you are, then, well, that's because, obviously you're looking at the stuff. But it's like, if they reported real good stuff, real important information, we'd be talking about something completely different right now, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the fact of the matter. So anyway, back to prosecution. So there's been a lot since, lots of stuff has happened since we've been here. And I get that. So what happened is that all these prosecutions happen. And that's really good. Trust me on that. All that good. Everybody, don't be on either side of the camp. They're all criminals. Don't be on, the Republicans, the Democrats. It doesn't matter. They're all pedophiles. They're all satanic, pedophile, ridiculous people that you don't want to deal with. I mean, look at these people. They throw away the ones that they're willing to sacrifice, and then they just keep on going. So, why don't you catch them in that action and figure out what's going on? But instead, nobody does nothing. And that's what boggles my mind. Okay? Here I am. Doing my thing. We are here. We're making this happen. Our dedicated team of all our producers and executive engineers and everybody working on here. And then you guys gotta pitch in and do your own show. You think I care about this show? I do. But as in, it's like we gotta get things going. It's like, let's go, people. It's like, let's go. I'm just tired of waiting around. I know people understand. I mean, what's up with this Pizzagate stuff, man? What's this DC stuff? This Hollywood stuff? And there's so much more that we don't know about. And a lot of people don't even want to know about it, and I can understand where they're coming from. But someone's got to know about it. And all these people saying that they know information, but no information comes out. This is where I would go up. Because it's like, what? Who knows? So the prosecutions get all these guys arrested and convicted. How many times we got to talk about this? I mean, I don't got to talk about it. You don't got to talk about it. But then nobody talks about it, and it keeps hush hush. So that's the problem. So I talk about it. You talk about it. Everybody talks about it. It'll appear. It'll appear. Because look at this, man. Look at this. I mean, look at the guy's last name is Wiener, man, and he gets caught with this underage hootenanny nonsense, you know? And these guys don't do nothing? You know, the Russia investigation and all this garbage and all this information. It was great. You know, I'm going to arrest and convict all of them. Look. I realize that Donny Boy, like, if you become the United States president, the POTUS, you have to understand you're sacrificing your life. I mean, that's just like that. You sacrifice your life for the country. I mean, that is like that's what you have to do. And I don't know what happened recently. Everything's been bought and paid for. With the lobbyists, and the corporations, and the politicians, and the senators, and the congressmen, just no bueno, people. Just no bueno para aquí. It's no good. So, that's the thing. So convict them all. What's the deal? Why are they not convicting? Why I gotta look at my watch and wait? Why does it take so long? I don't understand why it's taking so long. What's so obvious? When they're looking, when that fool, what was his name? Old FBI guy. He said no problem. What happened? Nothing happened. And so now they're doing this with Mueller. Yeah, so that's that, ladies and gentlemen. That's that. So, so forget all the antics, you know? Forget all the antics. Let's bring the State of the Union. Bring that. They gotta address all this stuff. Donny Boy, he's doing his best, you know? I don't know the game that they're making him play. You know, you gotta be smart. You know? They obviously know more than we do. We're seeing this as outsiders, even though this is about us. This is about the United States citizens. We're here. They're talking. We can't hear. We can't hear. So here. You got to convict them all. You got to convict them all. Because they're all deep. They're all deep. And they're all in on it. Because that's how it works. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. But that's how it works. You can't get in without being one of them. AKA blackmail. All that sneezy. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't got to be telling you all this. Everybody knows all this stuff. So, let's hear it. Let's hear it. We got to start doing stuff. Okay? Donnie Boy is doing a lot of things. You know, I'm hearing good things still from Donnie Boy. The one thing that I'm not impressed about, you know, okay, is obviously the net neutrality thing. But here, let me give you the explanation of this. The explanation is very simple. First of all, it looks bad, okay? Everybody knows it. Looks bad, sounds bad, smells bad, it stinks so bad, and so it's not good. Well, you gotta understand chess. You gotta be a chess player. Start charging these companies. You don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe Donnie Boy, I doubt it, but Donnie Boy will outcharge some of these companies so much that they'll go bankrupt. Some of these monopolies, some of these conglomerates, some of these giant corporations, you know, that do threaten the United States of America. They do cause affliction on the United States of America. They do all these things. And we have proof by, I believe, Andrew Jackson? Or who am I thinking of? The guy who he wrote in the charter of that corporations dissolve after 20 years because they saw the huge impact that it causes on the United States of America, and it causes a bad conflict. It adds a very bad thing to the economy and to the people. People make less money. The economy is better. It looks better, but it's actually worse because the rise is in the company and not in the people. That's another way how they trick you. That's another way how they get you. So, yeah. Are the phone lines down or something or what? I guess we got a call earlier. I mean, let's get everybody. Let's get everybody on board. I want to hear let's do stuff, guys. How we doing? It's it's a tough situation we have at our hands, but I'm trusting that the good guys are winning. Okay? I'm trusting that the guys are winning. Because here's what I see. And first and foremost, I'm sure everybody would agree here, that if Clinton won, it would be World War III already by now. Long time ago. It would have been World War III just like that. So, the fact that it bought us some time is already a bonus. And to that, you can, a lot of things are going to happen with that. So that's the thing with all that. So let me see what else. There's been a lot of news, and I should have wrote all this stuff down, but I'm just, whatever I got rolling is what I'm trying to remember what all the bippity bop is going on. So, the good stuff is coming out. Oh yeah, the Jerusalem thing. I think that's great. Okay, obviously I understand. What everybody sees is you obviously everybody is right that it addresses conflict, obviously, and it creates tension, and it's not good for anybody. But at the same time, someone's got to pick it. In my opinion, it's like someone's got to choose it already. All that jibber jabber about the Middle East will always be in war and all this and all that. It doesn't have to be like that at all. I mean, yeah, a lot of people consider Israel as an illegal country and all that. I get all that, but I mean, they've already been there for so long. Like, that's it. I mean, that's like that. That's it. In the modern world, they set them up in what, 1946 or something around there, and they've been there ever since then. Well, no one's contested it. I mean, they tried, but it obviously didn't work out. So, I mean, from a military standpoint, you just have to understand and acknowledge that. So, and if they're going to move the embassy and the capital over to Jerusalem, I mean, looks like it's about its time, you know. I see how I understand where everybody's coming from, though, for sure. And I do want to agree. But you also have to understand the point that I'm bringing, you know, or that anybody would bring. It's like that's what that is. So, let's see. The good things about Donny Boy is that it looks like you know he's getting rid of the you know the bad people that doesn't need to be over here, like the MS-13 and illegals and just random stuff like that. That's good that he's taking care of that stuff. So I mean, it looks like the recent thing, it said, you know, it's been up of successfully kicking these guys out, up by 80%. I mean, that's a huge number. That's a sad, drastic number that makes you wonder what the previous president was doing. It's like 80% is a huge number. I mean, what did he do? I mean, was it as hard as I mean, it sounds like he was inviting them in or something. I mean, what's going on? 80%. So that's great. So, you know, getting rid of everybody that's you know, not adhering to the rules, not adhering to the laws of this beautiful country that we call home. That's what it is. So, well, all right. When is this? So the stock market, in terms of stock markets, I mean, like I previously talked about earlier today, I mean, that's how I feel about it. I mean, it's all rigged. It's all, like, right now, it looks like it's doing good, right? I mean, let's see. But the same rule applies. That's what it is. Is that, yeah, it looks good, but the economy is not doing good. I mean, anybody who lives in America, you know, can tell you that it's not doing good. I mean, they're not. Who's doing good? Everybody's taking a hit. So you got to be careful. And the thing is it's all inflated and fake. And so the company is that it's okay. So it dropped 118 points. It looks like today. Okay. Well, all right then. It's at 24,700. It's almost at 25,000 though. So I mean, it's they say it's doing good. It's, you know, Donny Boy's got to play the game. I don't know whether they're making him say that the economy's doing great and that everything's doing great, or if he actually believes that, because I don't think that's what he believes. But you know, apparently, hey, it is what it is. You know, some people just don't understand. But I think, like, he's not a dummy, and he didn't end up where he is by being one. So that's all I got to say about that. I mean, I think they make him, you know, you got to just say some stuff to just get by. But he needs to address this problem. I don't know. Hopefully the State of the Union, maybe the big fiscal year of 2018, maybe something happens. You know, we'll see. A lot of people have a lot of things. No, but this looks like garbage, though. I mean, anybody can take a look at this graph in the stock market and the Dow Jones Industrial Average and just look at this and see it as just a bunch of schmuckery. That's how I see it as. So, and that is how it would be. Now, with crypto, well, that's seen a giant jump since we've last talked, haven't we? And, you know, be prepared for a lot more. Be prepared for a lot more. It's going to just keep going up because that's the way it works. We'll see. We'll see a lot of... I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot of resistance. You know, a lot of technical support and a lot of resistance. And a lot of governments not wanting it. There's going to be a lot of people who don't want it, and there's going to be. But I think they're smart enough to realize that they can't. You can't. You know, like many other people said, it's like Pandora's box. You can't close it back when you open it already. So that's that. And it's looking pretty good. I mean, hey, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to get into it, get into it. If not, just watch it. because it's a cool process. It's a new paradigm in the shift, you know. So that's what that is. I don't know. I don't know how dangerous it is. It could be pretty dangerous because there's a lot of Bitcoiners who are in jail, in prison. So do it right or do it not right, you still have the risk of prison and jail with this kind of stuff. And a lot of famous people who are getting into all this, and that's how it happened. So that's what it is, folks. Well, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I mean, so to finalize, you know, the last important key points that I always do, because that's the way, I mean, this is what it is. This is what people need to be talking about, is the Pizzagate fiasco. Look, the Pizzagate stuff is just ridiculous. So that needs to be taken care of. I don't know why I don't think there's a pause. Do enough research. I haven't really been paying attention recently, but I should be, though, as everybody else should be. I know it's still going on. I don't know why there's not any huge updates, but I know there are, because people waking up. Look at all these wieners and schmeeners and all these people in the Hollywood, all these pedo scene and all the pedogate and all this. All this, people are waking up. People did not know what they knew 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it didn't seem like anybody knew about any of this stuff. Now, fast forward, look at all these people are waking up. All these people are talking about this stuff. All these people, all these convictions, all these pedos. So, we're winning. From that standpoint, we're winning, and it looks like we're doing fantastic. So, for that, I salute and congratulate everybody for working very hard into this, because that's a very good thing. You know, I know that Donnie Boy, when he first got into the presidency, that was his first thing, was to, you know, persecute on this stuff. So, anyway, it looks like we have another caller. Hello, we got another caller today? Oh, hello, what's that?
I'll call you back.
Alright, thank you very much, caller. Well, anyway, so to finish that up, the Pizzagate thing, people are waking up. Look up this guy, Corey Feldman. You know, he was, you know, if I could get him on my show, that'd be great. I'll see if I could contact him. One of my producers can, one of my team engineers can look into that. But, yeah, so that's a guy who's been coming out. He was in the Hollywood scene, and he came out that a lot of, you know, there's a lot of child molesters there in that scene and all kinds of stuff that, you know, he's got a lot more information about all that. And so, after that, let's see, the Pizzagate thing, the most recent, I mean, there hasn't been, the ban thing, they're trying to ban guns and stuff, that's a huge thing. I mean, that Las Vegas incident, we'd covered that and talked about that, but that's still an issue that needs to be, no one's talking about it. It's there, and that was a lot of fakery and a lot of shrubbery going on over there. And there's not a whole lot of talk about all that. And it seems like it all fizzled out. I don't know what happened. And there's another shooting right after that, but nothing recent apparently. Just a lot of lies out there, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. So, well, so that's about it. Keep up the good fight. Keep up the good work. Everybody keep in touch. And thank you very much for tuning into the show. You know, we thank all our sponsors. We thank all of our technical team and everybody, our fans, our viewers, everybody. And, you know, the last thing also we want to wrap up is that we are looking to transition because Google is a terrible entity and we shouldn't be around here. You know, it's just unfortunately they own all the bandwidth. So there's nothing, it's like, what do? You know, when everything is hay, you can't get out of the hay. It's all just hay. So we got to get out of this YouTube. You know, all this, we talked about all that bad, all these bad companies and all this, the Facebook and the Google and the, you know, Microsoft and all these just, we got to get alternatives because these people are the number one virus, biggest virus. So anyway, well, thank you very much, everybody. You know, keep in touch, stay tuned, and Geezy Truth News is out.